Boxing Doc. Boxing family. Alright, let's get right into it. Misconception 2. Ward wrestles. If you didn't see Misconception 1, just go back to my channel and click on that video. That was in regards to the narrative that the first fight was a fight of halves. That is a misconception, I believe, so check out that video. But on to what we're going to discuss today in this video. That's Misconception 2, Ward wrestling. This one is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. Number one, let's address the wrestling part and how a lot of fans have disdain for Andre Ward's style and believe it's not something that is something that should be tolerated in boxing. They believe it's something that is illegal and it's not part of boxing as we know it. Huge misconception, huge. Ward's wrestling, and when I say it, I'm actually putting my hands up, making the quotation marks, because it's actually not wrestling. It's something that we call inside fighting. Now, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. You guys probably know this, but the ones who are skeptics of this, of Ward's inside fighting, claim that it's not real inside fighting. And I would challenge those guys to show me what is real inside fighting. But somebody that we can look to, somebody that we can reference for inside fighting is a fighter named Roberto Duran. Great fighter, great inside fighter. And there's a video actually on YouTube by Lee Wiley, one of the OGs. I really look up to that guy in terms of how he's able to make his videos and break down certain elements in such a beautiful and elegant manner. He has a video on Roberto Duran and the inside fighting that he implements. I want you guys to go and check that video out, because if you didn't know what inside fighting was and you had a misconception about it, that's going to clear any misconceptions you have on what inside fighting actually is. In that video, you see a lot of what boxing fans today would claim is illegal. You have the locking of arms. You have the grappling for position. You have the maneuvering of hands, right? You're trying to gain position. You're trying to open up certain targets, so you're moving your opponent's hands in certain ways. And that gives off the illusion of a bit of wrestling, because you guys are both jockeying for position with your hands. If you guys can imagine wrestlers going at it, they're usually trying to move each other's hands out of the way so that they can get to their opponent. That's exactly what's taking place in that particular video that Lee Wiley has up. A lot of locking of the hands, grappling, jockeying for position, head control, holding while hitting, which is legal, right? As long as one arm is free, you're able to do that. Using the head to put your opponent in certain positions, keeping your head out of harm's way so that your opponent can't target your head. There's just so many, as Lee Wiley puts it, so many subtleties and nuances when it comes to inside fighting. And this seems to be something that boxing fans today are unable to pick up on. According to them, Ward is wrestling and it's illegal tactics. Sorry, but you're absolutely wrong about that. Secondly, when it comes to Ward's wrestling, what we have to understand is that much of the wrestling part was actually initiated by Kovalev, not by Ward. It was initiated by Kovalev. Let me enlighten you on the sequence of events that led to this wrestling. Ward would be on the outside, where Kovalev was having his way, right? On the end of his punches, Kovalev throwing out that destructive jab, Ward wouldn't last outside. He knew that, so he had to find a way to come in. Ward would go into the high guard and switch stances on his way to try and get to Kovalev's body. He would tuck his chin in low, knowing that he may take some punches on the way in. So when he's coming inside, and he would wait. He wouldn't just come inside. He would wait for an opening. So Kovalev would shoot his power jab or a right hand. Ward would see this as an opportunity to counter with moving inside to try and get to Kovalev's body. As soon as he would do this, Kovalev would immediately, especially in the first 4 rounds, initiate a clinch where he was hooking both of Andre Ward's arms, right? He would go underneath Andre Ward's armpits, hook them, and then actually pull him over to the ropes or push him over to the ropes to sort of quell any inside action that was going to take place. That's the actual wrestling part. That is the actual wrestling part, because he has both of his hands locked and he's pushing Ward over to the ropes. It's as if he's bear hugging Andre Ward. That's where the wrestling component comes in. And listen, this is all fine. These are what we call tactics. We have strategy, then we have tactics, right? Certain actions and certain behaviors that are going to help you to preserve your strategy and implement your strategy. These were Kovalev's tactics. He wasn't going to allow inside fighting to take place. So as soon as Ward came in, he would hook both of Ward's arms and drag him over to the ropes, quelling any action, any inside action that was going to take place. That's where the wrestling was initiated, right? To me, it's a fight, so none of this is illegal. As long as the referee is making sure that certain things don't go too far, none of it's illegal. But the notion that Ward is the one that's initiating this wrestling is again a narrative that has been pushed out there because Ward is an inside fighter. He's a mauling fighter. He likes to get right in your chest, and so it's very easy to fall on that notion that, oh, Ward's the one that's doing the wrestling. Ward's the one that's fighting dirty. Ward's doing this. Ward's doing that. It's a misconception, guys. Go and watch the fight. That sequence of events that I showed you about. Kovalev shooting out his jab. Ward finding that opportunity to come in on the inside with a high guard. Kovalev seeing that he's not going to fight on the inside and therefore locking Andre Ward's arms is a sequence that precedes the wrestling. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with this misconception? Again, check out that Lee Wiley video on YouTube, Roberto Duran in Fighter, and please let me know. Be genuine. Be genuine. Please let me know if there is a difference between what you see there and what you see Andre Ward doing. More misconceptions to come, so stay tuned. Again, don't forget to subscribe to make sure you get the latest content. And thank you to those who've already subscribed and are actively participating in the comment section in some of my other videos. I see some very, very passionate and fervent discussions going on. That's okay. That's what boxing is all about. Just remember to be real with it and come with some good evidence. But yeah, I really appreciate it, and stay tuned. I'm going to keep pumping them out. It's the Boxing Doc signing off.